Welcome and welcome back. I'm Martin, and only a few moments after being into AVANT, I got the feeling.
I got a time machine.
So with their wonderful interpretation of the electric piano, you right away get into the mood of something like this, or to make it short, the good old times. But hey, we're talking Heavyocity here, so they didn't limit themselves to 3 velocity layers and then 20 microphone positions and then naming it something like cinematic game changer or anything. No, they placed those wonderful samples into the engine of AVANT, their piano library, and then you can do something like this. So let's talk a little bit about that engine and why there is all this magic happening. You do have on top those 3 layers and the mixer between them. You see at the moment this ball is just moving between the 3 layers because the automation is on. I can stop it here and then you see I can go through the 3 layers, really designing the sound by myself. If we then click on sources, obviously on the first, second and third layer, you choose which sound to use on that one. But as you've seen before, you can even automate it, which really then gives this nice ever-changing sound. With the random automation, you can even say how much it should scatter or drift from the sound that there was before. If you click on the sound, then you do have, obviously, for every of those 3 layers, the volume, the panning, the convolution, which goes then to the convolve page. We will talk about that later, the attack, the release and the tone. And on the bottom page, you have, depending on which slider you are of these 7 pages, what's happening there. So you can, here with this mixer, switch on the pedal up and pedal down noise if you want it. If not, you switch it off. You can have the noise for the key press mechanics. You can have here the noise of the general mechanics and even the release noise. You have, and this is really cool, a stereo spread, because this electric piano originally was a mono instrument, but they took it a step further. So now you can even say if you would have it original, mono or wider in the stereo field. And you do have a velocity curve. There are 16 velocity layers, and here you just choose, the minimum, the maximum, how it decides. You can hear it quite good on this one, the various velocity layers. There is a lot going on. We had already the source page where you decide for every of the 3 layers which source you would like to hear. You have the modulate page where you can modulate the sound a little bit. Here you do have even the MIDI CC learning control for that XY pad. If you have a joystick like I do have it here on my Chrome, then you could even do it manually. You can record the automation of these sounds. You do have an arpeggiator where you just... You have the steps, you have the rate, you have the type, you have the swing, all these things. You do have the echoes, and that's really a wonderful, wonderful page. This is where most of the magic happens. You play some notes, you switch on the echoes, and you already see on the interface what's going on. And you have, obviously, the length, the transpose, the complexity, the pre-delay, when they should start to play, the rate and the decay of every echo. We do have 2 modes. In the replicate mode, it only replicates the notes that you have been playing, or you can say you would like to have 5th or octaves added to it. You can here exclude notes. If you say, no, I'm in a certain key, I don't want other notes in, then you can exclude them here. Or you go to generate, and then it's just like a simple accompaniment intelligence, which adds notes upon the chords that you play. You do have your FX page where you can choose from the various effects, and you have the effect chain where you can easily, switch the position between them. You do have the various pages for the effects where you really can tweak them to your likings. And we do have what I said at the beginning, this convolve page. On the sound, you can say the amount of the signal that goes into that convolve page, which is different from the master effects. It's a different thing. And here you do have cool effects like even reverse or other things. You see here the caverns, the drenched, the imago, the bloom, the plucked, which is the forward effects. You have rhythmic effects, you have reverse effects, and there are many presets. Like in every Heavyocity library, those presets, they are only the starting point, and then you start to tweak the sound to your likings to get your signature sounds. Know your tools, know your libraries. I suggest we can go through some of those presets. The dampened immersion, this instrument is so inspiring. I really loved it from the beginning, from the very beginning. You do have the rhythmic things, fantastic gates. Something like this. I can't show you all of them. Rhythmic, melodic, the heavenly hammers. There are really many. There are the core keys, that's even cool. There's the basic Mark II, there's this basic soft Mark II, there's a muted Mark II, an overdrive Mark II. Then you have the extended sounds where obviously they let out all the fantasy that they have, tweaking the sounds in sound design, the motion waves. I think you get the idea how cool this instrument really is, and inspired by all that, I wrote a little demo track which really went into this 1890 ballad vibes with the echoes and the dreamy sounds and everything. The entry price is $99, and I think for what you get, and not only preset wise, there are many presets in it, even the possibility to tweak the sound. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. And this is the nice bridge, if you're a little bit like me, between the past and the future. You really get the best of both worlds. But the good news, they don't stop here. In a few days I will announce for the very first time on my channel a scoring competition. So stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please just hit that little subscribe button, maybe even ding that bell so you will be notified when it will happen. And my friends over at Heavyocity, they have been so cool to sponsor this little scoring event. So the winner will receive a serial of AVANT. I think that's really cool news. And that's it from my side for today. Have a good time. Make good music always. See you in the next video or on the next live stream. Bye bye.